sir. Nice job, dude. Oh yeah. Where's that go? Where's that go? Ooh. Nice. Rolling it. Roll it up, dude. Roll it up. Make that house, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, they got it bumping.
Why about a lie when the truth is free? Illusions creating distorted reality, manifesting heart's desires, faith that anything is possible, probable. With God, I'm unstoppable. Can't deny denial. Life flowing through. Living is a test of subscription, a lifetime trial. Only faith, no fanatics. Pay attention to the antics. Peace over power, panic. Design planned in fashion.
Gado Yeshayahu. Hallelujah. Total Rabbi Yeshua. Great salvation. All praises, all honor, all glory to the Most High Yah. Thank you so much for the light. Peace and blessings, my people. Peace and blessings. What it do, family? What it do? Y'all already know, man. On this side of YouTube, we create content to inspire, to encourage, and to motivate the next to be great. As you all can see by this title of the video, Social Conditioning Agenda, Part 4. Family, this is the last part, man. I promise, this is the last part, man. The end goal. Let's talk about it. Let's have this conversation. Ultimately, what is the end goal for this agenda that they want us to be conditioned to socialize in? They want to condition our behavior, our morals, our ethics, our values. What is the end goal? Let's talk about it. But y'all already know, family, over here, man, we got to make sure we set the vibes off right. So before we even get into the message, man, I got a couple of vibes I want to play with y'all, and then we'll go ahead and dive right in. So if you haven't already, hit that like button, share the video. Amen. We're going to get into it. Go ahead and get y'all water, get your pen, your paper, anything you need. Hey, we're going to come back here and we're going to dive deep into this conversation at hand. So bear with me, family. Let's get these vibes in order. And then we're going to go ahead and get into the message right after we get done vibing, all right? Sounds pretty good. If everything is coming through loud and clear on your end, if you could let me know, put some ones in the chat, put some prayer hands in the chat. Definitely would be appreciated. All right, family, let's get to it. Let's go ahead and get this vibe set off the right way. Y'all already know over here, family, the way that we operate, the way that we behave out here. Just know, Most High got me. Yeah. All right, family. Let me go ahead and bring up that track for you guys. Let's vibe out. All I Need by yours truly. Let's get it.
I know God got me.
You're all I need.
In this world, I know that God got me.
You're all I need.
In this world, I know that God got me.
You're all I need.
In this world, I know that God got me.
You're all I need.
In this world, I know that God got me. Faith's all I need. In this world, I know that God got me. Faith's all I need. In this world, I know that God got me. You can't make a copy, nah. Ain't no denying, creator of the heavens. All my desires be supplied. Portrayed in the physics, wise in the spirit. Angels be mentoring, pay attention and you can hear them. Really fantasize, create reality. Imagination going wild, it's subscription free. Send forth praise to the highest degree. God give me grace, overflow abundantly. Faith's all I need in this world. I pray that God got me. Faith's all I need in this world. I know that God got me.
You're all I need.
In this world, I know that God got me.
You're all I need.
In this world, I know that God got me.
You're all I need.
In this world, I pray that God got me.
You're all I need.
In this world, I know that God got me. Faith's all I need. I grew up like a tree, better yet, like a rose through the concrete, standing out but still stepped on. Extra than the ordinary mentality, clothing by the heavenly. Faith and desire, design and fashion inspired. Peace be multiplied, melodies from the choir. When we ask God, we acquire. When we ask God, we acquire. Faith's all I need. In this world, I know that God got me. Faith's all I need. In this world, I know that God got me. Pain produces lessons. Hope turns to power, and prayer manifests blessings. Pain produces lessons. Hope turns to power, and prayer manifests blessings. Faith's all I need. In this world. Faith's all I need. Faith's all I need. In this world, I know that God got me. Faith's all I need. In this world, I know that God got me.
You're all I need.
In this world, I pray that God got me.
You're all I need.
In this world, I know that God got me. Faith's all I need. In this world, I know that God got me. Faith's all I need.
You ain't saying it like that, man. I don't know. I don't know if faith is all you need.
Faith's all I need. In this world, I know that God got me.
Pain produces lessons. Hope turns to power, and prayer manifests blessings. You feel me? Hey, and as we move on one accord in this world, walking in faith, how many people are socially conditioned to behave a certain way? How many people actually believe and have faith that the Most High has them? Family, I put a poll in the chat. Let me know if it's there. Let's see here. The question is, are you socially conditioned by society? If you all can answer that, we definitely gonna pick it back up a little later in this stream as we get along with the conversation. But family, just know, and the vibes go hand in hand with the message, so keep it in mind. All I need, faith's all I need in this world. I know that y'all got me. Faith's all I need in this world. I know that y'all got me. Who's conditioned to speak about truth, about righteousness? We're gonna build, man. I got one more vibe I want to play with y'all, man. How y'all feeling in the chat? Hey, Tommy Reborn, peace and blessings, peace and blessings. Man, I hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's feeling great. If you guys can see me, if the audio is coming through clear, if everything is coming through all right, put a 1 in the chat. Definitely let me know. We're gonna play one more vibe and then we're gonna get into the conversation at hand. Let's get it. All right, here we go, family. Next up, Stranger Things by yours truly.
Walking in the faith I see.
Clothed
in the faith and desire.
Clothed in the faith and desire.
Faith that anything is possible. Walking in the
I know the
faith I
message.
see. Be extraordinary.
Dreams do come true.
Walking in the faith I see.
What?
Walking in the faith I see.
Yeah.
Walking in the faith I see. Stranger things, reality. Picturing what life can be through the lens of directing. It's up to you to choose the scene. Don't get caught in the Netflix. I seen crabs in the barrel. This road is getting narrow. On this journey I lost several. I'm shielded from all the arrows. Like Exodus from the Pharaoh. I'm separating Red Sea. Divinely demonstrating Emmanuel, Yah is with me. I got faith, that's all I need. Trust in the Most High, equipping. I just walk it like I talk, persevering, posing, praising. I lift up my hands, thanking my Father for creating. The times I unfold in the spiritual veil is uplifting. The souls of many I lost. To redeem them, what's the cost? See, facts are in the fiction. What is real depends on diction. My expression in affliction is like Joe, pay close attention. Tribulation then ascension. Evolution on retention. How can we walk with the Most? I see supplication, repentance. Walking in the faith I see. Walking in the faith I see. Yeah. Walking in the faith I see. Walking in the faith I see. Walking in the faith I see. Stranger things, reality. I'm putting in my petition, requesting for a physician to heal the minds of addiction, to kill the body infliction, to find the souls of the missing. I'm on my purpose, my mission, repair the breach, my intention. In a world where dreams become reality, thoughts manifest mentality, imagine a nation so complacent, being adjacent next to Satan. Is it really fantasy with what I'm saying? That's why I'm constantly praying, supplicating and seeking the Most High. I'm guarding my eye, keeping my head up to the sky, can't deny the spirit, the grace and mercy, tender love and the peace in mind. There is nothing above my heavenly God. Okay, walking in the faith I see. Yeah, you know, walking in the faith I see. Stranger things.
Hey, you feel me? Walking in that faith, I see stranger things, reality, picturing what life can be through the lens whose directing is up to you to choose the scene. Don't get caught in the Netflix. I seen crabs in the barrel. This road is getting narrow. On this journey, I lost several. I'm shielded from all the arrows, like Exodus from the Pharaoh. I'm separating seas, divinely demonstrating Emmanuel, Yah is with me. I got faith, it's all I need. Trust in the Most High, equipping. Hey. Come on now. And like I told y'all, the vibes is going to go hand in hand with the message. And so as we was able to pretty much bring about that spirit of knowing, what do you need in this world? What is it that people are conditioned to socialize as in this world? Are people conditioned to talk about God and to give praise, to give thanks, to share love, joy, peace? Or are people conditioned to do the exact opposite? Today, family, we'll be discussing Social Conditioning Agenda Part 4, the end goal. And for my brothers and sisters who, may not have caught parts 1 through 3, hey, I advise you to definitely go ahead and check those out first. This conversation has definitely been long overdue, but at the same time, I feel as though it's very needed because, honestly, who's going to speak up for what is right and what is wrong? Who's going to tell us how we should be socializing? What is the standard of conditioning? What is the behavior that we should be exhibiting? These are all valid questions, right? Well, family, y'all already know what I love to do over here, man. I love to make sure that these conversations are engaging. I like to make sure that when I am communicating, it is with people who obviously have some sense of consciousness. So, hey, the chat is open. I definitely will appreciate any feedback, any inputs, any disagreements, as long as we can do it and have this conversation to bring forth information that, of course, related to the topic at hand. What are our solutions? And my question to you, family, let me go ahead and check that poll. If you haven't already, I'd like to see people's responses. Are you socially conditioned by society? I see the poll right now, and hey, everybody talking about no. 100% says no. Elaborate, bring it out for my brothers and sisters that responded to the poll. How are you not socially conditioned by society? Let's have this conversation. And when we talk about being socially conditioned, there is an agenda. I want to obviously know the end goal of it. So if you do believe that we are socially conditioned, what is the end goal? If you believe that society administers these morals, ethics, and values, what is the end goal? What is the standard of behavior that we are building upon to say that this is going to be the outcome? And when you have these conversations, family, just know it's testing the spirit to see truly where are people at mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Because when we having this conversation about ethics and morals and values, you get to truly understand, comprehend what a person is here for, their purpose. So as I'm over here speaking about this topic, social conditioning agenda, I really want to get more information on its purpose. I really want to sit down and comprehend why people feel as though they have to control how others think. And if you are a person who feels as though they have to control what someone thinks, Okay, what is the end goal for that? Otherwise, it's just going to lead me to add my own speculations. It's going to lead me to add my own opinions. And let's just say, family, all praises, all honor, and all glory to the Most High for the discretion to be able to decipher what is good and what is bad. Majority of these people in this world cannot. Let's get in the hot seat, family. Let's start it off real early and let's do it. Man, Steve Bless, what it do, brother? Blessings. Disciple back at it again. I see you. Hey, we don't stop over here, man. Woo! The irony. Tommy said the agenda is to promote social media to make the masses antisocial. You might have to elaborate on that, but I hear what you're saying, but elaborate for my brothers and the sisters in the chat, man. And let's expand on that comment. You have a world literally that is connected via the internet. I can remember 20 years ago, me being social was just in the constraints of me going outside. My friends that I seen around in my neighborhood. That was the only social activity that I was able to partake in. Now, 20 years later, guess what? You can communicate with people across the world. Shoot, you can even communicate with people under the sea, in space. So when we talk about this social conditioning agenda, just know that the way that we communicate has also been changed. And the way that we behave via these new implementations of technology has changed the way that we interact. So what is the end goal? To say that we don't even interact face to face anymore. We don't even interact physically anymore because there is some type of agenda to promote social media to make that masses antisocial. I hear you, Tommy. Am I on point with you? Let me know, man. I don't want to take your words and run off with them, but hey, I appreciate the feedback. I appreciate all the conversations, man, because we're gonna build, we're gonna grow on this concept so that we can be able to have this overall comprehension of what it is that we're supposed to be doing. We are the people who choose to put other people in power to make sure that our society is benefiting, is growing. Does it really seem like that now? Does it really seem like we're connected and we have all these devices? Does it really seem like we're inclusive as we're accepting all these different types of morals and ethics and values? Sheesh. Tommy said, man, I see it all the time. These devices got us disconnected. And then that connection is disconnecting us. I've been putting this phone down more and having more human interactions. Facts. And let me share something real, man. I just came back from the store with my wife and my child. And she kind of got on me. Salute to her, because, hey, we all need it sometimes, man. I'm over here, doing something on my phone, creating like a little graphic or something while we was out shopping, doing our grocery shopping. She looked at me like, you talk about people being on their phone all the time and look at you. I'm like, you got me. You're right. This is disconnecting me from my social environment, which is here. Which is reality. And let's be real. It's social media. Can we even call that real? Can we call the internet a place where you naturally can socialize? You naturally can interact? No, you can't. Because just based off the fact that I can't hear Tommy speaking to me, I got to read it. So right there, that takes off the natural essence of how Tommy wants to communicate to me. I can't hear his emotion. I can't hear his tone. I can't, all of that things. When we communicate, is not just words that relays a message. It's also body language. It's also looking in someone's eyes to see, hey, is this person really telling the truth? Is this person trustworthy? Look at their mannerisms. Look at how they're exhibiting themselves. So now we're in a space where literally the conundrum of social media disconnecting us from genuinely socializing. I bet. I'm glad I was able to hit it on. I'm glad I was able to hit it on point, man. All praise to the Most High. I was just reading the comment, and I just wanted to expand on that thought, brother, because that was a great insert, for real. Talking about facts. So, family, we pretty much was able to hit on a bunch of different topics when we was breaking down the social conditioning agenda from part 1 to 3, and I kind of want to bring some of those up just to catch us up on that conversation at hand, and let's just build, man. Let me know what you think. One of the things that I obviously see out here in this world is there's a facade of somewhat being all-inclusive. The social conditioning agenda to say, we accept everybody. We love everybody. Everybody should have a voice. Everybody should be able to speak. Everybody should be able to, express who they are. But as soon as you get to opening the Bible, as soon as you start to read, woe unto them that call good evil and evil good. As soon as you start to speak those ideals, I thought this was an all-inclusive society. I can't speak this here? The social conditioning agenda. What is the end goal? Is it for everyone to have the confidence and the ability and the, the respect to speak? Or is it only for people who are promoted from the masses based on, I can't even tell you what the basis of the formation of why people even get to the point where they're following after society's morals, ethics, and values. I honestly can't, because it makes no sense. In a society that says that they're all inclusive, family, my question to you all, does that society have morals, ethics, and values? If you're an all-inclusive society, do you have morals, ethics, and values? If you accept everybody and everything, every different type of behavior, if you accept someone who is a murderer, if you accept someone who is I'm really using my words very cautious here, family, but if you accept someone who is a child explorer, let's say that. If you accept someone who is a child explorer, do you have morals? Do you have values? And do you have ethics? Do you know what is right and what is wrong? Steve Bless said, when you pull that Bible out, it's like a thunder slap across the face. For real. Man. But to each their own, man. And as we was able to hear those vibes in the beginning of the track, just know that faith is all I need when I'm out here operating in this world. I know that the Most High got me. That's how I operate. And if I operate in that belief, then best believe my morals, my behaviors, my values, what I believe that is important to me, my ethics of what I know is right and what is wrong is based upon that. So to say that you're all inclusive with your morals, with your behaviors, with your values, what you see important, with your ethics, what you consider right and wrong, what's the standard for that? What's the foundation for that? So let's get right into it, family. I'm gonna put y'all in a hot seat. I'm gonna bring up this clip that I was speaking on this subject matter in one of the other episodes of social conditioning. Let me bring this up for you guys, family. Give me 1 second. And I kind of want to get you guys' feedback on this. I want to see where people are at ethically. And once again, family, we just having a conversation. Now, I'm not saying anything demeaning to anybody. I just want to be able to express my opinion, right? So let's get to it. Let me bring out this clip. Let's see. Do you have morals, values, and ethics? Because I feel like it needs to be talked about. So here you go, family. Let me know if you guys can hear it. How should we behave if some little boy came up to you and asked you, should I be a boy or a girl? What would be your ethics for that? How would you respond? How would you behave? What would be your reaction if a little boy came up to you and said, hey, should I be a boy or a girl? Well, you know, if I'm thinking about being all inclusive, if I'm thinking about the social conditioning agenda that's set forth in the mainstream media, well, society will tell me that I need to behave in a way that's loving and caring, and, you know, accept this person and tell them, hey, you can be whoever you are. Does anyone else see the contradiction in that? If you are a society that has morals, values, and ethics, that's a contradiction. How are you going to accept people for being who they are if you have a standard function of behavior? If you have a standard function of what is important? If you have a standard function of what is right and what is wrong? So what is the end goal here? When we talk about people who are being socially conditioned to accept ideals that may not really be beneficial to society in the long run. Because let's keep it real. You tell that little boy that you could be whatever you want to. Are you telling that little boy the truth? And I want to be able to engage back and forth with my YouTube community. So family, if these conversations are a little bit too far-fetched, man, I will cut it back and we'll just talk about rappers and let's talk about entertainers. Let's talk about who's dunking a basketball. Matter of fact, let's do something even better. Let's talk about your favorite movie actress, your favorite movie actor. You know, that seems to be a little bit more socially acceptable nowadays, because when you start speaking like this, people start to frown on it because there obviously is no standard of behavior. There's obviously no standard of what is good and what is right versus what is wrong and what is bad. You can't see that creates dysfunction. So what is the end goal here? When you have a society of people that has a facade of being all inclusive, but when this all inclusive society is challenged or an opinion is brought up or even a fact is brought up, do you think that this all-inclusive society is going to include this person into their environment? Tommy talking about it's insane out here, bro. Elaborate, man. Let me know. Let me know. Speak to the congregation. Let's keep building. Talking about we ready. We ready. Well, what were you born as? Great response. Man and family, is this far-fetched of what I'm saying? And as we pretty much broke down what morals mean, what values are, do you see the changing behavior? Can you see how we're changing what is important or what is useful or meant to be useful? How can you see the changing behavior? Can you see how we're changing what is considered important? So there's an agenda going on because things are changing, right? When I speak about agenda, I'm speaking about something that has been discussed. You know, a plan, a program, someone who has intentions or motives. An agenda, it breaks down in a sense of a particular group promoting an ideal. So, as I'm speaking to you guys, someone is trying to direct how we communicate because they have a planned ideal of how things should be. And for someone to say, hey, we're all inclusive, what is your planned ideal of the future? Are you going to stand on morals? Are you going to stand on values? Are you going to stand on ethics? If you include everything and everybody, what is your standard of behavior? What do you consider right and wrong? That's a contradiction. Hey, and then when they teaching the kids, let's be real, man. Let's tell them the truth. Steve Bless said, I got to tell the children the truth because I don't want to pay the price later from the Most High. Facts. And I brought this up in my last stream, man, about, honestly, I don't think many people even know what is right and what is wrong. They just don't. It's not important to them what is right and what is wrong. In a sense of what I see society places importance on is being liked, being somewhat of accepted by the masses, which in itself is a contradiction because you cannot be accepted by people who don't even know what to accept. By people who, how are you accepted by people who accept everything and anything except for people who open up that Bible and start speaking those words about it. That's the only thing they do not accept. Let's just be real. So when I'm over here speaking about an agenda, just know that it's a group of people who have a predestined ideal of what society looks like, and they use all forms and fashion to promote this opinion of theirs, whether it's social media, mainstream media, even to the point where it's being publicized on television. You have all these different modes to be able to psychologically influence the masses. And so now you perpetuate a society where 4 years ago, I brought this out in the last stream, and I'll explain how this has changed our behaviors. I'll explain how this has changed what we believe is important. 4 years ago, you guys know that in the world, it was shut down, right? Behaviors changed. People started wearing masks. People started standing 6 feet away from one another. People were literally scared to talk to one another because they didn't want to contract something. So for the higher ups, who obviously you would think that they have an intellectual ability to be able to see into the future and know that, hey, if you implement programs, if you implement conditions like this, is this going to be beneficial for the society? Because now, I mean, to this day, I still see people wearing masks. To this day, I still see people, oh, I got to be 6 feet back. So what's the end goal for that? For that program, for that conditioning that took place? Was it to make people healthier? Only the real ones, man, have the ability to speak on this, because obviously any other way that you speak, it seems to be as though they're demonizing someone who speaks against the agenda by calling it misinformation. So you mean to tell me that wasn't misinformation that society was giving out when it was saying, hey, go get this, you'll be okay, you'll be safe. Just stand 6 feet apart from people, you'll be safe. What's the end goal then? What are we conditioning? What are we practicing? What are we implementing? Let me go ahead and look at that poll chat. Where we at with it, family? We got 4 votes. And hey, everybody is telling me no, they are not socially conditioned by society. And once again, I want to hear these responses, family. If you were a person that said no, how are you not? At some point in time, you're conditioned to behave a way based on what the masses accept. And if you don't speak out against it, obviously you're a part of the program. You're a part of the conditioning. You're going to be a promoter. You're going to be someone who advertises it. So when we look out here in this world, what is the end goal to the stipulations that is being brought upon us? What is the end goal of silencing people who obviously speak up in a sense of saying, hey, can we question? Can we have ethics of what is right and what is wrong? Can we have a foundation? Can we have a standard for that? Because if we don't, then what will transpire? And I really want to hit this one home, family, because make me comprehend. If anyone has the ability or the information or the knowledge to be able to do it, how is an all-inclusive society? Once again, you have people who have different beliefs, different ways of walks, and all types of behaviors of what they believe is important or not. How is an all-inclusive society moral, ethical, and have values? My opinion, my insight, I don't believe they can. Because morals, when we broke that word down in our previous discussions, that's your beliefs. That's how you behave. Values, when we broke that down, that's what you believe is important. Ethics is the book of publication of what you believe is good and what you believe is bad. So if you have an all-inclusive society, you don't have a set behavior. You don't have a standard code of conduct of how we should behave ourselves, because you accept everybody. You don't have a set importance of one thing because you believe that everything is important. You don't have values if you're all inclusive. If you're all inclusive, you don't have ethics because you're going to accept the good and the bad. You don't have a code. You don't have a structure of ideals of what is good and what is bad if you are all inclusive. I'm sorry. That's just the way I see it. And that's just the way that I've experienced. You mean to tell me that all inclusive societies will include someone that goes against their way of thinking? No, they won't. So, contradiction. They're not all inclusive. It's a facade. Man, facts. Some. Facts same. I can't strengthen the hand of the adversary. Got to stand on the truth of the word. Come on now, bring it out. And when you have quote unquote men or quote unquote leaders who just be like, you know what? All right, we're gonna accept this. Now it got me looking at the men in this generation like, man, y'all don't have no bearings. Y'all don't have no structure. We can pretty much do anything and everything and be accepted. But as soon as someone starts stating some facts, as soon as someone starts peeling back the pages in this book right here, hold on. Let's see. Let's see if the Most High give me a word to say, man. Amen. We just open it up. We in Isaiah chapter 2, verse 2. Let's read it to, let's see, chapter 2, verse, I'm going to start on verse 1 to verse 3. I just open up and I feel like this word needs to be spoken right now. Isaiah chapter 2, verse 1 through 3. The word that Isaiah the son of Amos saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it. And many people shall go and say, come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the God of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. Does it say they should come up to the hill and the Most High is going to accept them and they're going to walk in their own path? They're going to walk in their own beliefs. They're going to walk in their own morals. They're going to walk in their own values. They're going to walk in their own ethics. Isaiah chapter 2, verse 3. And many people shall go and say, come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the God of Jacob, and he will teach us his ways, and we will walk in his path. For out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. My bad, y'all. I turned into a preacher right quick. But y'all know, man, over here we stand on Bible. We stand on the morals, the ethics, and the values that's given to our Heavenly Father. So if you're a part of a society that conditions you to be all inclusive, we just read Isaiah chapter 2, verse 1 through 3. How it pretty much stated, hey, if you want to come and learn our ways, you're going to have to walk in our statutes, laws, judgments. You're going to have to behave in a way. We're going to have to change what you believe is important. Do you know what is good and what is bad? Let me teach you. In an all-inclusive society, ain't no teaching going on. Because hey, everybody's just following after their own way in an all-inclusive society. There's no teaching going on. You can't tell somebody what is right and what is wrong in an all-inclusive society because it's all-inclusive. They have no morals, they have no values, they have no ethics. What is the end goal? Let's keep building, family. My bad. I just be passionate, man. Y'all know me, man. When it's something most I put on my heart, and I feel like I know that it is our duty to be able to speak up and discern what is true and what is false. And as a man, if I sit back and I don't take that responsibility to be able to discern what is true and what is false in my own life, I'm ultimately giving it up to some other entity, to some other influence in society. And then therefore, can I even call myself a man? Let's see here. I got some more content that I want to react to about our last conversations we were having. Give me 1 second, family. And just to reiterate my point even more, family, let's bring up this clip. Sheesh. God changed him one by one, said, I tell him he's a boy, and that's the way God made him. But we live in a society that's, it's all inclusive. We live in a society that's changing ever so rapidly. We live in a society that try to condition individuals to say anything other than the truth. Hey, correct me if I'm wrong, but my experience is, hey, we live in a society that conditions people to try to socialize about everything else other than the truth, other than what's real, other than what is considered right. Now you have a society of people who've been so degraded, you can't even tell the difference between a boy or a girl. And to say that you can't even go up to a boy and say, hey, you're a boy. You can't even go up to a girl and say, hey, you're a girl. What is the end goal? Why are people being conditioned to socialize as such? What's the agenda about? Let me know, man. Put a one in the chat if we back in here. Cool. Looks like everything up and running, man. They just tried to cut me off right swift. I guess I was getting too heated of a conversation for them, huh? Let's see. Let's keep on building, family. And let's be real. You got a lot of people who just gonna sit back and be silent. Do you think those people who sit back and are silent, do you think they have morals? Do you think they have values? Do you think they have ethics? Do you think they have something that they want to protect? Do you think they have something that they're purposeful in doing in this life? If you're sitting silent while everything is going on in the world, then you're accepting it. You're ultimately a benefactor of it. Because if it's not benefiting you, if it's not benefiting you, if it's hindering you, why aren't you saying anything? And now I feel like you got a bunch of people who obviously don't even know how to socialize because it's just been so perverted. It's been twisted in a way where you would think that communication would be easy. You would think that you would say a word and people will understand the word that you're saying, and there's a connection where you guys are having a conversation. Won't be like that. The way that these words mean nowadays, double-edged swords, the Hegelian dialect, the way that people speak. I mean, you might as well, anytime someone speaks, you might as well just expect the opposite of what comes out of their mouth, the way that this world is going. Because in a world that promotes being all-inclusive, you have to, the people who say they're all-inclusive, they have to get up and say that they don't have any morals, values, and ethics, because we already broke that down. If you're including everybody and everything in all behaviors, and you're not teaching anything, then you don't have morals. You don't have values. There is no sense of what is good and what is right. You're just letting people do whatever they want. Do what thou wilt. And we know who's the author of that. But let's keep on expanding, family. Let's see. I got one more clip I want to bring out. And honestly, how can two walk together if they don't agree? If you're in this all-inclusive society, and to say that you don't have beliefs of being all-inclusive as far as accepting certain behaviors, as far as agreeing to what is important to the masses, then how can you coexist? On point. And know that if you work for a company and you know that certain beliefs you guys don't agree with, just be aware, family. It could be people stalking your page. Yeah. Could be people getting secretly offended because of your opinion. Yeah.
Doing based off what's happening to other, black people here in this country. So let's cue the video up and we'll get more into this. So give me a quick second.
Hey y'all, so yesterday I made a video. It's still up on my page. I basically was talking about an experience I had at work where one of my white co-workers was lying on a black man, and I basically summed up the video saying, doesn't that sound like the repeating of time? On point. And if you're including everybody, if you including the liars too, and you know that certain beliefs you guys don't agree with, just be aware, family. It could be people stalking your page. It could be people getting secretly offended because of your opinion, man. And then that's the thing. That hits it on the head right there. The secrecy. When you are in a all-inclusive society, it's like you got to hold your tongue. You can't really love on somebody. Hold on. And I'm talking about love in the biblical sense. You can't really tell nobody the truth in an all-inclusive society. You can't tell them how you really feel. You can't tell them your opinion, because if your opinion or if your ideal is
counterproductive to theirs, let's just say a case can be built. And we're living in a world where sticks and stones and words hurt. Man, so we really have to be aware of this society and how it's changing ever so rapidly. We have to be aware of how people are literally being conditioned to communicate towards one another, to the point where in the diaspora of myself, I'm seeing a lot of content going out where you have a social conditioning agenda where it's putting the male against the female. What is the end goal to that, family? And that's how I want this conversation to pretty much spark up the consciousness. Because I feel like many people are in the present as far as the situations that's going on, and they're not really comprehending the future. So I wanted to ask this question: what is the end goal to the masses of society conforming to this all-inclusive agenda? Help me out, family. Let's build. Let me get some insights. Let me get an opinion. Let me get somebody's feedback. What is the end goal to this all-inclusive society that they're trying to push on us? Because I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. I be asking them and they be silent. So let me ask my brothers and my sisters, man. What do y'all think? What do y'all think is going to transpire as a society lacks morals, values, and ethics, and has a hard time of determining what is right and what is wrong? What's the end goal of that? Hey, I guess I'll share my sentiments on it. And dysfunction, chaos, disorder, disease, mental illness, everything that you see today, wickedness in high places, perversion. Now you have pretty much people coming out of the woodworks explaining and what was that, doing their tell-all about what behaviors took place in the society. And since we're all inclusive, since everybody is accepted, there's no construct of rebuking someone. There's no construct of saying, hey, this is wrong or this is good. So there's no reprimand for any type of behavior. Even the children explorers. I don't know if y'all peeped that documentary about the surviving Nickelodeon or something like that. But morals, values, and ethics, to say that these people were in power and still are in power and no one speaks up against it, everyone's conditioned to just stay silent. What do you think is going to be the end goal of that? People are going to be hurt. People are going to be mentally diseased. People are literally going to be lashing out. And once again, family, this ain't me saying that I know everything. I'm learning, I'm growing just like everyone else, and I'm experiencing life. And it's just getting to the point where we really have to sit down at this table and say, where we headed? What's the end goal? What's the direction? Where do we see ourselves as a society, as a community in the next 10 years? Especially if everything like this keeps taking place, where we have no identification of what is right and what is wrong. We have no standard of behavior to model ourselves after. And there seems to be a lack of importance on family. So when people stop valuing the family structure, the natural family structure, when people don't see an importance in that, behavior is going to change. Ethics, what we believe is good and right, is going to change. What is the end goal? What is the end goal? And it's a valid question. And I feel like I know it deserves an answer. And for some people who just go along with the agenda, for them not to even have an answer to that just lets me know that is not the way that we should be moving. Where the people lack vision, they perish. Where the people lack intellect, insight, they perish. Let me see if I got one more for you guys. All right, we got one more. Bring out one more clip. Let's see here. Gotcha. Let's do it. Lee, how you gonna say it's an agenda going on? Well, keep in mind what took place almost 4 years ago, where if you didn't communicate in the appropriate manner, especially on social media, your account was going to be flagged for misinformation. If you didn't communicate in an appropriate, acceptable manner on social media, guess what? Your account was flagged. Guess what? You were probably almost deleted off of that network because there was an agenda going on saying, hey, if anybody's communicating any other thing than the information that we're bringing out, then we're going to have to cancel them. Wait, but I thought this was an all-inclusive society, though. You were going to be banned. You were going to be prohibited to speak. You guys kind of see where I'm going. Lee, how you? And when you live in a world where obviously you put people in power where, hey, you can't even speak your mind freely. You can't even share your experience. You can't even tell people pretty much what you know is right and what you know is wrong. But at the end of the day, there's an agenda pushed by the masses that if you're not following along with the constructs of this society, you, as the history book showed us, there's a group of people who behave in a way where if you don't get along with them, what more do I have to say? So now my question is, and it's always been, what's the end goal? to this social conditioning agenda that has us believing that all inclusive is the way we should be going. But family, man, I hope this conversation has been enlightening. I hope this conversation was able to spark some conscious dialect, man, and not just between me and you, but between yourself and other people out there in the world, man. If you like this video, definitely share it. Let people know, hey, what is the end goal to the way that we're behaving right now? What is the end goal to what we believe, what is important right now? Do we even know what is right and what is wrong? What are our morals, ethics, and values if we accept everybody and everything? Wait, who's advertising all of these things that I should think? Where is it coming from? Let me ask them these questions. Maybe then I will get a outlook of how the future is going to be. Well, family, I'm just saying, keep your head up. Stand on your beliefs. Stand on your morals, your values, and what you believe is right. Because at the end of the day, this world is going to try to twist and turn you and sway you from each and every foundation to and fro. Man, appreciate the feedback, Steve. Bless. But yeah, man, I think I want to end this one here and say, family, it's up to us to ultimately guide the next generation, to be able to have them functioning in some type of moral, value, ethical system. Because as of right now, it's depleting. There are no morals, there are no values, there are no ethics. What's the end goal? So until next time, family, hey, y'all willing, we're going to have more great discussions like this in the future. We're going to have more fashion coming out, more vibes, man. I appreciate everybody that's tuning in and everybody that watched this on the playback. And much love, much support. If you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that share button. Hey, send this to a friend, send this to a family member. Let them know what's the end goal to how we communicating, how we behaving. Let's have this conversation. So family, hey, it's been great having this conversation with you all, but I gotta go take care of some business. So until next time, family, I'll see you all, man. Peace.
Why bother lie when the truth is free? Illusions creating distorted reality, manifesting harsh desires, faith that anything is possible, probable. With God, I'm unstoppable. Can't deny denial. Life flowing through, living is a test of subscription, a lifetime trial. Only faith, no fanatics. Pay attention to the antics. Peace over power, panic. Design planned in fashion.